I'm going to put my heart and soul into this. Do something that you love to do and don't make it an official job. What's up, guys? Today we are going to be filming another video. If you guys hear any noises or anything in the background, I apologize. There's construction going on around my house. This camera auto fixes. I need to turn that part off. It annoys me so much. Anyways, I just need to get another SD card to put into my regular vlog camera. I'm using the Osmo Pocket 3, which has great quality video. It's just, for me, doesn't feel as homey as a vlog camera. It's like the nostalgia these days on using the old-fashioned clickers that you can send in. I can't even remember what this, the old school point and shoot ones. Not like the Polaroid where it prints instantly in front of you, but like the old school you click and turn in the film. I don't even know what it would be called, but that's what you see most of. Anyways, today we are going to be filming a review that I don't believe I have done an official review for. I know I've done a lot of videos where I talk about a strain but don't officially show it. So this one that we are doing today is going to be the Kalya Soju Rosin. Just to go ahead and jump into it and get you guys a beautiful close-up. Soju is King Louis VIII crossed onto Gelato 33 onto Z. So it's the Gelato 33 onto Z crossed first, which is then crossed onto King Louis VIII. I love hearing King Louis just because back in the day it reminds me thinking of King Louis takes me back in the day of when Kingpen used to really be alive and present as a brand in California, and they would play around with King Louis crosses, whether they were completely King Louis crosses because they were in a lot of their distillate pens. We can't say that for sure, but what we can say is that we did see that genetic cross on their packaging a lot, and seeing something crossed with King Louis isn't as common anymore as you would have seen, or more prevalent as far as seeing it in the listed genetics and brands. You still see it. It's not completely disappeared, but it's not something that you hear people want to get straight away out of the container. I like this. I love this. So right out of here, you can just smell the Gelato 33 hit you with the back end noses of the King Louis and the Z. Today we're going to be hitting on my Puffco, which has a cute little pink adapter. Shout out to, I want to say it's Alexis who gave this to me. My green one is on a different one and the others are at the office. And the Proxy is just not all the power that I want out of a dab and is dead. And I want to hit my Puffco, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get a beautiful scoop out of the soju and take a dab of it. And then talk about some exciting announcements as we get this loaded up here. Let's make sure it's on my favorite. Okay. I have it on this teal color, which when the green dome base top is on it, looks amazing, but you don't see it here through the pink. It just looks blue. That's really, and that's that same blue in person, but it's like a teal. But on the green top, because on the Proxy Flourish line, it's tinted green, it gives it a really cool color onto the base. And there's no water in this, obviously. There we go. With this piece on here, this is like taking a way more direct hit, like how I want the Proxy to hit, but it doesn't. And you could put the Proxy onto different bases and stuff like that, but that's not. I just, as far as someone who travels, which is the reason that I'm using a Puffco or Proxy in the first place, not because I'm sitting at home all day long and have the ability to pull out a rig and do that. While there is the meme joke of my office is this room, unfortunately, that is not the truth 99% of the time. My office, I would say, feels more like it's the state of California. I couldn't even pinpoint telling you one room inside an office. It's not. I am in this room. That's why you don't see me film in here as often as I used to. And even back in the day, those original videos I made were either in the car or those were made at a work office when I was running a delivery back in 2019 era, 2020 days when I was recording with the nice wooden benches. That wooden bench that was there actually came out of my parents' house when they were restoring a room, their kitchen area, and it had like that built-in nook that they were throwing away. So I took it to that office there, and it's there or it's thrown away by now. Who knows where it is. I wish I did keep it, but there's no space where I am right now, and not in the position to want to start a furniture storage just like rental or any of that. So I'm not starting that. But I am starting a jewelry company, which is the exciting news of what I'm talking to you guys about today. And let's not forget why we're here to talk about the soju. So the soju, like I said, what I love is that you get to taste the gelato, and you get to also taste a hint of the King Louis as well as the Z, but really what's prevalent isn't the Z on the first hand on you. And when you guys see me talk about crosses, I really do get excited about the Z that gets crossed into other strains. When it comes to like Whitethorn Z or specifically like the papaya bars, it is such like a boost. It's like adding an extra little just bonus level to your dab by the cross being in there, but it doesn't overtake every single piece of flavor and terps that you're tasting when you are taking the dab. So that is one of the favorite things that I personally love about that. Now the soju, as far as it sounds and tastes, if you're thinking, is it going to taste like the alcohol? That's not the point of the strain name. That is just the strain name itself. And I did already say the genetics, as I said earlier. It is King Louis VIII, which is crossed onto Gelato 33 onto Z. Anyways, just want to show you guys a little bit of that. Into the next part of the video, we'll take obviously more dabs of the Z and keep going, but in between here, I wanted to talk about what I'm excited about. So I am starting something new, something exciting, something that I've actually been working on for over a year now, and I started doing this completely separate out of any of like the cannabis vlogs, out of any of the events, out of anything on this channel. You guys just did not see any of that. This was all behind the scenes, and I did film it. I'm going to be making a whole separate video and channel for this as well, but I am officially starting my own jewelry brand, which is inspired by three main things called Lujo. Now, Lujo stands for luxury. It means luxury, it doesn't stand for. It means luxury in Tagalog, in the Filipino language. A lot of people question, what ethnicity am I? And it kind of helps me in a pro bonus way, I guess, especially in California, in such a melting pot where people can't figure out who I am. But I am half Filipino, half white. I am American nationality from being here, but I've always loved my heritage and giving back to it. My mother and my grandma, who are both from the Philippines, are my two biggest supporters growing up, and I wanted to give back to that in that little sacramental, or in that little piece of touch. Besides that, I also wanted to have jewelry that when I'm going to these events, when I am going out in public, when I am going to meetings, when I'm at the office, not this office, when I actually have to go to the work office, meet up with other coworkers, brand, marketing, production, accounting, HR, etc. I want jewelry that I personally would love to wear, and not just a piece that, one, I just purchased online that was just crazy overpriced, as you see some of the newer, younger generation jewelry pieces come out. And as well as when it comes to cannabis jewelry, which is why this video is going to go on this channel with this review of the soju, is you generally just see a lot of weed, 420, cannabis leaf on jewelry, or when it comes down to some of the people who are within the industry, there's like the little glass makers and the pendants. And I have seen a couple times a few brands come up and down that do jewelry, but the one that I can remember seeing more of, it was just like the cannabis leaves or like the gold nugs. And then there's also Level Heady, which she does the miniature micros. And what I really wanted was something that was going to be inspired by cannabis, but not specifically always just have the cannabis leaf or even reference like the packaging itself. I wanted it to reminisce and still hold that piece, but not just be that only in itself, if that makes sense. And it will, because I'm going to show you guys some of the pieces here in just a sec. Camera, please focus on me. That's like been the biggest struggle with this camera, is like focus on me. Focus on me, not the room. And it ends up like wanting to get the whole entire room, and I don't need it to get the whole room. But anyways, let's go ahead. I've been talking so much. Let's do another dab of the soju for you guys and get it out there. And the soju is not going to be something, just for anyone who wants to know, it's not something that is a planned release right now. It was released about a month ago, so if you're looking for it, look for the shops you know that don't move rosin as much, because anyone who does move rosin quickly would or should already be sold out of this soju. This is one that you aren't going to see consistently. Like, more rare than anything else I've seen. More rare than like the Z, the papaya bars, the sticky papaya, tropic sorbet. The whitethorn Z is also going to be a little more rare. But if you want something that you're just not going to see from Kalya consistently, the soju is going to be out of all of those, like the whitethorn Z and soju. If you find any of that lying around right now at any of your dispensaries in California, those are the two strains you want to pick up that you're not going to be able to consistently get. The Z is going to go out for a little bit, but you guys are going to see it come back. And anyone who you do see with it, pick it up, because it's gone for the next 2 to 3 months, unless someone's holding it and going to specifically have it for 710. Which, if anyone does want to know, we are going to have the Kalya 710 hash tour year 2, 2024. Again this year. I will make a whole other video about that if you guys want to hear and see information on that. But really the main point of today was to talk about the soju and also just some of my new fun projects that I'm working on this year as a stoner girl. I think I talked about this for a second when I took a dab earlier, but for anyone asking, when it comes to like having the smaller direct pieces on your Puffcos compared to, I have my proxy, it's just dead, which so can't put the proxy on here, but the proxy can be taken out and put into other glass pieces that are specifically made for it. With the Pros, you can also take off the tops and put different pieces on it. What I like about this piece is it's just straight up and down. The airflow when it comes out of the center is just going to go straight up and down out of the piece. So it's just going rosin, getting heated up, going directly in and out of the piece. Compared to other dab pieces, which may be beautiful pieces of artwork, may not have that functionality. This is going to give you like a straight hit right to you. Some people like it, some don't. You feel like you're going through the dab a little faster because it's just like right there in your face, versus this is also going to have to be dry as well. You're not going to want to put water in this just because it would just go straight to the rig if it was in there. It doesn't have anything that would hold it or like a second layer inside. This is really just a piece where it's just going to be a straight dab that you're going to take. But what I like is that it does feel like that. It's just like getting that straight quick head high. If you want to match like getting the distillate pen high that some people want out of a pen for some reason, because they're used to the vape pens having it, which I am kind of enticed to see, since they're banning like the vape pen flavors, and obviously unless you know a smoke shop or you are in a state where you get the last of them, over the next few years I feel like it's either just going to be like cigarette smoking, or people are going to have just certain vapes that just aren't flavored, or they're actually just going to want to hit cannabis pens, because that's going to be the biggest thing that they have, where they can get flavors and it's not going to taste like pure shit tobacco, or it's like something weird, or like something synthetic, and fake that you could potentially get out of the dispensary. Just a little note on that for anyone who wants that. So anyways, my point to all this video today is, yes, try the soju if you haven't. I know I always tell you guys, hey, try this, try that, but I also let you guys know in the order of like where I would put things in importance and flavor wise when it comes to like my favorite flavors. I love stuff that is strong, that's going to get to you, but that isn't just like the straight GMO gas raunchy. Soju to me, where I would classify it between something that's like super candy sweet to something that's like an OG Kush to something that is like a GMO, raunchy, gassy mushrooms, I would put this right in the middle of like the candy sweet and like the OG Kush, because like I said, you get the reminder of the King Louis VIII from one of the older school strains in there, the King Louis crosses, and then you get the Gelato 33 on Z, two of the hottest strains that you'll find in flower and crosses and renames and derivatives in this industry right now. So if you have a chance, Soju is definitely a strain for those who want something in between that flavor profile and who also want something that you're not going to see. Who even knows if there's going to be another Soju this year? That's one that I can't guarantee that you guys are going to see come out just based on everything. Anyways, when it comes to the jewelry, my plan is to do a release of it for my website on July 1st, 2024, so that I can get stuff shipped out and start sending it to people on 7/10/2024. I also do plan to make a few more videos, talk about it a little. It's never going to be the main point of this channel, because this channel is just like today's video, always going to be about the terps, the flavors, the products, the brands, the news within cannabis, what's going on with cannabis events in my life. But I thought it would also be fun to have a channel where I talk about my journey on growing that business, getting out there, my struggles, my pains, my successes, my pros, everything that I've kind of done, and then also add in some of my lifestyle stuff of when I go to nicer places or go on little vacations. So that way this channel isn't clogged with stuff where people may not want to see that, but you're still going to get my day vlog or my weekly vlogs, or a few times a month I put out a vlog showing what I did, events, places I went to, and as well as like things that you can do around there, just because I think it's fun to also show people the average stoner isn't just going on vacation to LA just to go to a dispensary. You want to know what's around you, what dispensaries you have options to, which ones have lounges. So you want to be right now, as far as if you want to go to a place with a lounge, you'd want to go to Hollywood because that's where the lounges are. That's going to be like the Woods, and then you have Pleasure Meds and Artistry and OG Cannabis Cafe. Those are all centralized in Hollywood, whereas downtown LA is going to be where you get more of the deals. That's going to be where you get products that are also hype, brand new drops on stuff, premium products, high-end products. It's a melting pot down there, just as LA and California is. But each area has reasons to go to it, and that's the reason why I make those videos, 10 dispensaries in an area, because I want to show people too where should you go based on what you want to do, as well as the aesthetic of each dispensary. Some people like the small dispensaries, the mom and pops, where it's one-on-one. Some like the giant jumbo malls, like the Planet 13s and the Jungle Boys, where there's a merch center there and you can see other things and etc. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, the Soju is a great one to try if you want something that's not going to be released with an unknown when it'll actually come back date. Pick that one up. If you want something that's going to be like my top 3 as far as like pungent strongness, but it's not a gassy, raunchy flavor, then I would definitely pick up the papaya bars. And if you want something that's more of that floral, creamy candiness mix in all to one, get that White Thorn Z. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys kind of like this little more information into my life and these sit down vlogs. I like doing these reviews and these product reviews because it brings me back, as I've said in a few videos, to my older days when I would sit down and do them. And they have evolved and changed, as you guys can see, from my old days to how I review now and how I talk about different flavors and terps and profiles. When it comes down to it, what you want, especially someone who's from California, someone who comes in knowledgeable to the dispensary, the average customer is 50-50. They're either going to know what's going on or they're not. And you want to know what flavor profiles you're looking for. You want to know what taste you're going to get out of something. You want to know what flavors are coming out of there. And while a lot of people know what Z is, they know what Gelato 33 is, they've heard of King Louis, a blend of it. Something like that is a little different, and it's something that to me is worth trying because, like I said, it's not something where it hits you on the gassy raunchy. It's not a pure OG, but it's not a pure candy. To me, it tastes like something between a candy and an OG that gives you a very clear, you can taste the Gelato 33, you know the Z and the King Louis are in there. They are a perfect blend. It kind of reminds me of like our mimosa crosses that we've done, but it's not something that has like a citrus, orange, tangerine onto it. It is more of just like a perfect blend of that candy creaminess. I love the gelatos and I love the runts and flour. If you've seen me talk about flour before. I have flavor profiles that I do really love and love to talk about and love to smoke and try out. I've just been doing more hash lately just to show you guys more of as well what's on the higher end market that not everyone does. And I really like doing these reviews too, because when I got into doing this, that's how you watch people, is what product do I want to get? Oh, what brand is this? What's going on? Like, that's what I cared about. It wasn't just about watching someone go on their life adventure, but understand, where is this going to? What's happening? What's going on with the brand? Where are they popping up? What products are coming out? All of those things to me matter. Anyways, I don't want to take this video and make it too long. I like doing them around like that 15-20 minute mark, but I know once they get 30-45 minutes long, that can be a really long video. If you guys do like the really long, just no edit, just keep going, just let me know. I can put those out. I just don't want to put out something that's just way too long that just uninterest someone to get to. And if my jewelry line is something that you guys are interested in, I will include just a few little clips here of my journey and what that video is going to look like as like a little intro. And I will link what that other channel will be here too. This is probably one of the only times I'm really going to plug it, just because I want to show you guys and I'm excited to talk about it. I may do hints of talking about it in my upcoming videos, but I really want that channel to be about the jewelry and the process and the journey of what I'm doing, and you guys to just see a whole different side of me, which isn't always just going straight to cannabis events, just being a stoner, smoking 24/7 all day long. Well, that's something that is fun and definitely achievable within this industry. It is not my ultimate only goal within this industry. I want to grow and be able to connect more with people and to have something that represents me and something that I love with everything I do. And I'm excited to say that I am happy with what I do. It's nothing about not liking it. It's actually evolving it and growing and doing more of what I love and being part of this industry and growing and connecting with it more. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I will see you in the next one, and thank you for watching. I'm out for this one. Hey everyone, I'm Alyssa, and I'm starting a new cannabis inspired jewelry company. I'm gonna put my heart and soul into this. Do something that you love to do and don't make it an official job. Got the knowledge of what I wanted to do. I started doing the permanent jewelry, seeing what chains I liked, what chains other people liked, brands, vendors, finding the places that I was going to source from, finding vintage and also antique thrift stores, because that's what I love to do too, is look for resale vintage. And especially within the jewelry world, you do have to go through, test your metals, check if something's real or not. A lot of the older costume jewelry was made with plastic, but some you can find are made with crystals, beads. Some are clay beads, some are plastic beads, some are glass beads, some are actual little gems. You have to really go through all those vintage and antique and thrift stores and know your stuff a little bit to know if you want to even do that.